state court, but the Supreme Court on Friday gave her protection from arrest. The U.S. International Trade Commission, or ITC, has criticized Ford Motor for pursuing battery contracts with SK Innovation after evidence emerged in South Korea electric vehicle, or EV, battery maker misappropriated trade secrets from crosstown rival LG Chem. For more on this story, we go to our next segment, Tech Today. The ITC last month sided with LG Chem in its trade secrets claims, issuing a limited 10-year exclusion order prohibiting imports into the United States of lithium-ion batteries by SK. It permitted SK to import components for domestic production of batteries for Ford's EV F-150 program for 4 years, and for Volkswagen of America's MEB electric vehicle line for North America for 2 years. In a redacted version of its full 96-page opinion Thursday, the ITC questioned why the second-largest U.S. automaker had continued to pursue battery contracts with SK Innovation after SK's misconduct of this investigation had come to light. It said Ford had sought business with SK even after a company employee in November 2019 was disposed in the Commission's investigation, and at a time when it only had a contract with SK to supply batteries for the EV F-150. The ITC also rejected Ford's request to extend exemptions to Ford's unannounced new EVs. It said that Ford's basis for extending the exemption is to take advantage of economies of scope by using similar SK batteries with misappropriated technologies across several unnamed vehicles. It added that the Commission finds the evidence concerning the public interest does not support Ford's request. SK Innovation has warned previously that the decision would force it to halt construction of a $2.6 billion battery plant in Georgia, if not overturned by President Joe Biden. It said on Friday the fine could destroy thousands of high-tech green energy jobs, frustrate plans to protect the environment, and quote-unquote endangered U.S. national security by making it more dependent on Chinese companies for batteries. LG Chem noted that ITC ruling found SK misappropriated LG trade secrets worth billions of dollars, spanning the entire electric vehicle battery business. LG Chem demanded that SK be held accountable. And those were Business News. Up next, we have more headlines from Radio Thailand News.
This is Radio Thailand News.
The cause of corruption is flawed thinking. The solution to corruption is then rethinking and understanding that you must distinguish between your interests and the interests of all. Think again. Change your behavior. Change society. And change the nation. Consideration for all begins with you. Solve corruption. Call the office of the National Anti-Corruption Commission at 1205.
Welcome to Uniquely Thailand, a program that brings you the great history, places to visit, and fun activities to do from our beautiful ASEAN nation. From the majestic five-star hotels in the capital to simple mountainous resorts in the north, from the stunning plains and hills of the Golden Triangle to the white sand beaches in the south, Thailand has so much to offer that one visit is never enough. Chiang Rai is the northernmost province of Thailand. It is about 2 hours north of its well-known neighbor of Chiang Mai. Chiang Rai shares borders with Laos and Myanmar. All three countries meet together at the point known as the Golden Triangle. Now the name of Chiang Rai refers to the whole province, while Mueang Chiang Rai, or the capital district, being the largest town in this province. Chiang Rai is a quirky, artistic city in northern Thailand, offering a surprising number of things to see and do. The city is also home to an incredible number of beautiful temples, from historic jewel monuments to unusual contemporary artworks. The epic White Temple, otherwise known as Wat Rong Kun, had to be first on the list. It is definitely one of the most famous things to do in Chiang Rai, and in this case, its iconic status is deserved. The White Temple is a sparkling white modern temple with a huge number of quirky, surreal touches. It is a genuinely breathtaking sight. Many visitors were surprised by just how much they instantly fell in love with the temple. Wat Rong Kun was designed by Thai artist Chalermchai Kositpipat. Apart from the famous temple itself, there are other buildings and interesting objects you can walk around, plus a gallery of unusual paintings by the same artist. The White Temple is definitely still worth visiting, despite the crowds. You can also avoid some of the worst times by visiting early. A lot of people visit later in the day on a day trip from Chiang Mai province. So if you stay overnight in Chiang Rai and make it to the temple first thing in the morning, you will have the best chance of having a great experience. Another attraction in Chiang Rai that you cannot afford to miss is the Black House, sometimes called the Black Temple. The Black House is actually a collection of painted wooden houses featuring art by Thai contemporary artists, most notably its designer, Thawan Dachani. The Black House has a similar surreal modern vibe to the White Temple. Some of the buildings do look very much like Black Temples, but there are several other strange-looking buildings dotted around. Some resemble igloos, while there's one giant construction that looks just like a submarine. Now, going to the beach may sound odd, but it is actually one of the most relaxing things to do in Chiang Rai. Chiang Rai Beach is located about 4 kilometers outside of town along the Kok River. It is a great place for a local lunch in one of these bamboo huts surrounded by the forest. You can go for a swim in the river, which is a refreshing break. Swimming during the rainy season can be a bit tricky, as the current can get dangerously strong. It is fairly safe to swim or tube down the river in the dry season, from October to March. One of many favorite things many people like to do when they are in Chiang Rai is to visit a waterfall. One can totally say that Chiang Rai has the best waterfalls in all of Thailand. So there is no better way to appreciate the natural beauty of the region. When you hike through the jungle and discover a huge 70-meter tall waterfall at the end, the word beauty can barely describe it. Phuket Waterfall is one of the best waterfalls in Chiang Rai in all of Thailand. This waterfall consists of 9 levels flowing through the dense jungle. You will hike through the jungle for about 45 minutes from the starting point up to level 9. Phuket Waterfall is a great destination to get out into wild Thailand. The Phom Prabat Waterfall is located 14 kilometers north of Chiang Rai in the Lam Nam Ok National Park. The entrance to the waterfall is at the end of a long road veering off to the mountains behind a local university. The waterfall is only a small